Max Holloway has released a statement regarding his loss to Charles Oliveira. He posted this on X. He wrote, "The highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Saturday night was not my night. Sorry to all my family, friends, and fans that I have let down. Shout out to Oliveira for doing his thing. All class, so nothing but love to him. No excuses from this side and there never will be. I've been here before and I know the work I need to do to get back to where I want to be. We are far from done. See you guys at the top." Jon Jones has responded to Dana White and has requested to be released from the UFC. At the UFC 326 post-fight press conference, Dana had this to say.
Was Jon
ever, which I told you guys 100,000 times, was Jon Jones even remotely in my mind to fight at the White House?
Jon posted this on X last night. He said, "Hey everyone, I wanted to address Dana White's comments from this past weekend because the truth matters to me and the fans. Dana, you were heated about why I'm not on the White House card, but let's clear something up. My team and I were actually negotiating with the UFC for that fight. Real negotiations. I even came down from my original number. And what was I offered in return? I was lowballed. Yes, I have arthritis in my hip and it's painful, but that doesn't mean I can't fight. So let me get this straight. If I had accepted the low ball offer, suddenly my hip would be fine and I'd be on the White House card? That doesn't make sense. I even received stem cell treatment last week to get ready for the White House card, and training camp was scheduled to start today. I was preparing to be ready. I understand business deals fall through sometimes, but going out publicly and saying things that aren't true isn't right. After everything I've given to the UFC, the years, the title defenses, the fights, hearing that I'm done is disappointing. Especially when as recently as Friday, UFC was calling me trying to get me on that White House card for a much lower number. If the UFC truly feels like I'm done, then I respectfully ask to be released from my contract today. No more spins, no more games. Thank you to the real fans who know what's up. Bones out." Tom Aspinall actually defended Jon Jones yesterday. On the Ariel Helwani show, Tom says it's crazy to him that the UFC is not giving Jon the respect he deserves financially.
Wow. Well, my reaction to that, and this is going to probably be crazy to a lot of people listening, but why is the UFC not giving Jon the respect he deserves financially? That's crazy to me. Well, if anyone should be getting paid a lot in this sport, it should be Jon Jones for the stuff that he's done, and that's me. That's me saying that.
Yeah.
After the history that I've had with Jon Jones.
Are you surprised they're not giving it to him?
Well, they offered him 30 million to fight me, so why have they not offered it again? I don't understand.
And you're probably a $25 million fighter.
I would hope so, but those guys who we're talking about, Conor McGregor and Jon Jones and guys like that, like they bring in the other guy. Those are the guys who brought in the revenue for over 10 years. They need to be getting paid what they deserve, in my opinion. I think the guys need to get their money ready for my fight. If we're talking about 25 million, I think
that was my idea.
25 mil. Get it ready, because I'm ready to get that.
Sean O'Malley does not think it was a good idea for Tom Aspinall to sign to Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Talent Agency because of the animosity between Eddie and Dana White.
And I saw that Tom Aspinall signed with the Hearn dude. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't really know if that's a great idea either. You're gonna have someone manage you that the Dana doesn't really like or something. That doesn't seem very smart. But I'm not that smart. But I just, that's how I see it.
Sean Strickland took a jab at Khamzat Chimaev today. He posted this to his Instagram. In the caption, he wrote, "It's been a fun dive weekend, but back to work. Terrorists to fight, belts to be won." The training lab released new footage of Khamzat Chimaev training with coach Sam Calavita.
1, 2, yes, 3, yes, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Paddy Pimblett believes Justin Gaethje can beat Ilia Topuria. He also says he'd be open to fighting Charles Oliveira next. Paddy believes the two would end up having a war on the feet.
In the main event, Ilia versus Justin, everyone's already counting Gaethje out, and we've already learned you can't do that. I don't know, I've got a sneaky suspicion that Gaethje might pull off an upset and surprise everyone. But as you know, it's a fight. It's a fist fight. It can go either way. Anyone could beat anyone. In the White House, he's probably going to have a little bit more motivation to go out there and win because it's in front of his presidents in his home country. We'll have to see how that one plays out because obviously it's big implications for the rest of the division. I'm obviously going to be watching that. I'll have my eye on that, but I'm going to be focused on whoever I get to fight next, and hopefully I'm going to find out the next few weeks when my next fight will be. I'd love to fight Charles though. Everyone goes on about us grappling. Everyone thinks it's levels above man, and I know it isn't. If I fought Charles, we'd probably end up having a war on the feet. I was saying before, this fight could end up fighting one of these two next, and I still could. You never know. We'll have to see what happens with my career and see who I end up fighting next.
Ian Gary believes he should be the one to challenge Islam for the welterweight title next. Ian posted this to his Instagram today. He wrote, "Morales, sit down. You've not done enough. I've already beaten Prates and will happily do it again in Brazil. Shavkat, heal up. I want that rematch. Usman isn't even close. Since my debut night at Madison Square Garden, where Usman beat a willing 31-year-old Colby Covington, I have had 10 wins in the UFC, whilst Usman has had one. Just one. Anyone saying his name is on another planet. I'm next. Enjoy the show." Ariel Helwani does not think the UFC White House card met fans' expectations.
But for 2026, it's big time stuff. The problem is, there's a couple problems. You told us it was going to be the greatest card of all time. You told us there were going to be 7 to 8 title fights on the card. And you told us it was going to be the sphere on steroids. And honestly, regarding that one, what I think he meant by that was just like the production, what goes into it. But nevertheless. And then the biggest problem is the two biggest stars on the fight card, Ilia Topuria and Alex Pereira, aren't fighting the guy that we want them to fight. And that's just the facts. We want Ilia to fight Islam or Arman, and we want Alex to fight John. And so it feels like a letdown. They are great fights in a vacuum, but the theme of the UFC now is you're giving us one half of what we want. It's always one half. Yeah, Patty's fighting for the interim belt, but it's not against the guy that we want. And by the way, we would have been getting Ilia versus Patty at the White House had he beaten Justin Gaethje, but Arman's right there. Arman's at the freaking fight on Saturday. He's there. He's ready to go. He's healthy. He's in handcuffs, and you're not giving us the fight. Interim belt or not, you're telling me you'd rather Ilia versus Justin over Ilia versus Arman? I get that Ilia versus Islam is the biggest fight. For me, not that far off is Ilia versus Arman. Not that far off, given how great Arman has been as of late.
Alexander Volkanovski explains why he thinks the BMF belt may be taken away after UFC 326.
If we start fighting like that now, don't be surprised if, and I might get quoted on this might get clipped, don't be surprised if the BMF belt gets taken away. We might not see it. And I'm not having shots. I'm not saying this. I'm just saying that where it's losing its purpose. The purpose behind it is guys that are just going to go and put on fights. And they've all been fights before this. This one wasn't. And again, I'm not trying to throw shade on Charles. What an incredible win. When we talk about performance and all that, incredible. Awesome. But just the fact that the BMF, I'm just talking about the BMF circumstances.
Conor McGregor posted footage of him working on his grappling. We still have zero updates on Conor's potential return to the UFC, and as most of you know, at the UFC 326 post-fight presser, Dana White said they're not even close to a timeline for his return. This fan was not happy after losing $1,000 betting on Max Holloway to beat Charles Oliveira.
God damn it!
Jorge Masvidal had some harsh words for Justin Gaethje. Jorge thinks Ilia Topuria is going to destroy Gaethje and possibly retire him.
Gaethje didn't look bad in the fight, but he also didn't look phenomenal.
I enjoyed the fight. You know, as far as technique, it was more of like kind of a bar type fight. But I mean, Gaethje dropped him like so many times, man. It was crazy.
And
I enjoyed watching that fight. That was really good.
I think Ilia does Gaethje even worse, you know.
And dude, honestly, that's pretty scary.
He doesn't.
I don't think
he doesn't. They're in another level.
Yeah,
I've trained with Ilia plenty since like his first UFC fight. I was calling it back then. This guy's gonna be champ. I'm telling you, he's gonna beat the brakes. He retires Homer Simpson that day in the cage. He'll never come back into fighting that dude.
I mean,
Homer Simpson's gonna he's not walking that out when alive. I think he just flatlines him.
Ilia Topuria says Islam Makhachev ducked a fight against him at the White House. Reports surfaced last week claiming Ilia and Islam had reached an agreement for the bout. However, shortly after, the UFC was reportedly informed that Islam would no longer be able to compete on the card. Dana White denied those reports and said that Islam was dealing with a hand injury. The MMA community, however, remains skeptical, especially after Justin Gaethje revealed the UFC initially told him he was not fighting on the White House card, before later confirming that he is now on the card.
2 days ago, I got a call and they said, "You're definitely not fighting on the White House card." So I was like,
wow, really?
Okay. And then yesterday I got a call and they said, "You might hear something. You might be on the White House card." And I was like, "How are you going to go complete 180 turn on me?" And then today I found out that I was on it. I didn't know if I was main event.
Really? Oh, so it was a big secret. Even the fighters really didn't know.
And the White House card, there's a lot of reporting out of Spain today saying that it was going to be Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, and that fight fell apart on Friday. Well, Justin Gaethje also said like he was told Thursday he wasn't on the card, and then on Friday he was.
That is true.
So what happened with Islam, I guess, because you know how fans are, a lot of them.
That's not true, I said.
Sure. So
it was never Islam versus
Ilia
Topuria, yeah.
So anyone who thinks Islam ducked this fight or anything like that, it's all incorrect.
Don't worry about what fights are being made. We announced which ones are made and which ones will be happening. I told you there were some weird circumstances. The reason that fight fell out, and it wasn't up on stage with Mick Hunter and Sean, it was that power slap that the fight fell apart that night. And then all the boys went back to the office and literally were there till 9 in the morning, and that's how Gaethje ended up on the card.
When can we expect to see Islam Makhachev back?
And Topuria wasn't originally supposed to be on the card either. So he got the call too.
Gotcha. When can we expect to see Islam Makhachev back?
I don't know. He's got some hand issues. I know that. I don't know how serious the hand issues are or how long that will keep him out, but yeah, he's injured.
Ilia posted this on X today. He wrote, "Once again, Islam comes up with an excuse. This time it's an injury. I always knew I would be part of the White House event. Even when the UFC told me at one point that they wouldn't count on me for the event, I knew it was part of the negotiation. When they finally told me I would be on the White House card, they mentioned Islam, and I didn't hesitate for a second to accept the fight. Even though the fight hadn't been officially confirmed yet, the White House card was going to be announced the next day. And when I woke, I found out that Islam had gotten injured, and then Justin Gaethje appeared. Once again, someone else who will pay for Islam's escape. Both of their manager is a bitch and also ugly as hell," referring to Ali Abdelaziz. "Justin, see you at the White House. I'm not someone who humiliates people. It will be quick. When you wake up, everything will already be over." Islam fired back at Ilia. He wrote, "We both know who chickened out here. You can cover your cowardice with nasty tweets, but don't worry. One day you will get what you asked for, and your fat manager don't have to ask for billions to fight me. We'll do it for free."
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.
Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Vito. It says, "John rejected $30 million to fight Aspinall. Never forget." The second one's from Ken from Street Fighter. It's in reference to Matan Evans roasting Sean O'Malley. It says, "LMFAO, that dude was cooking Sean." And the final one's from Louisiana, 1975. It says, "John's next breakdown involving the law." 3, 2, 1.
Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.